I'm going to talk to you about some of the incredibly exciting things we've seen. In my opinion, this is the most thrilling car I have ever seen, and I am 75 years old, really old, like your grandfather old. I've witnessed a lot of changes come and go. All of this was amazing in its day, and I was part of the team that built the Mini and the Taurus. But this really kicks ass. Tell you what, I'm hopeful that many of the OEMs in attendance will be closely examining the innovations that Tesla has introduced. With a tangible sense of enthusiasm, Sandy Munro begins, akin to a child in a candy shop if the candies were made of stainless steel and could go from 0 to 60 in an instant. He's bursting at the seams with information on the Cybertruck, pointing to a partially disassembled monstrosity that seems like it belongs in a science fiction film. Sandy extends an invitation to everyone to attend an event that they have termed May 4th Be With You for EVs. While it's not a Star Wars sequel, it might as well be for fans of electric vehicles. You may wander through a garden of electric fantasies there, which includes the Cybertruck in addition to other electric marvels that are sure to satisfy your tech-hungry desires. And for those of you who are concerned about your fitness tracker steps, a quick tour of this facility can help. Think of it as a computer enthusiast's gym membership. I was an engine engineer, as some of you may know. I worked on monoblocks and hydrogen engines, modified many GM engines, and contributed to the development of the Vulcan V6. I'm on the dark side right now. The way some of these electric cars look when we start disassembling them is astounding. This is moving forward in my opinion, and it is not the past nor an intermediate stage. It is the future. Sandy recalls his time spent working as an engine engineer. He's seen it everything, from the purr of electric motors to the thunder of V6 engines, but he's officially converted to the Church of Electrification and is bidding petrol farewell like a long-lost friend. He sets the bar high. Electric cars are the future, people here to stay like that one house guest who can't take a hint. They are not simply a fad. In addition to depending on his personal experience, Sandy has been fine-tuning and perfecting what an electric vehicle can be by going through mounds of data from sources like Tesla. Since these EVs are getting so much better, it's only natural that they start to resemble Swiss Army knives on wheels. Hopefully, though, nobody will try to cut cheese with one of these. This is an incredible concept since, to be honest, when I turn off the induction motors, they don't produce resistance that will cause me to have issues with mileage and other things. This is a wise decision. It's a brilliant concept. We took a look at that, and as I mentioned before, they have always employed them up front, but the rapid alterations they have made are staggering. In 2016, they were gluing aluminum billets together, machining them, and then pushing in laminates. Subsequently, they realized that the Audi concept involved using high-pressure aluminum to overmold the laminates. It's time to change topics and discuss where the Cybertruck actually derives its power. I'm not referring to the lemonade variety, either. We're focusing on those stylish induction motors that are situated in the back. Perhaps you're asking why they're in the rear. Basically, it's all about obtaining the greatest value for your money, or more specifically, the most juice for your money. The Cybertruck will sip electricity like a fine wine thanks to Tesla's ingenious placement of the motors at the back, which also maximizes mileage that can outlast your patience on a long road trip. Moreover, the method of manufacture of these motors matters just as much as their location. Tesla has unveiled a new rotor design that is jam-packed with cutting-edge features for improved performance. Think of it as the Swiss Army knife of rotors. Consider it as a step up from your outdated flip phone to the newest model of smartphone. These motors would undoubtedly swipe left on resistance and right on efficiency if they were on a dating app. Tesla aimed to extract more energy, and it's definitely a pretty smart idea to be able to squirt coolant and oil over the electric motor, which is the hottest area of the face. It has never been done before by anyone else, and we have never before recommended it. It makes sense, albeit I'm not sure why. If we look at the laminates, we can see that the motor's inside section has a step that should theoretically generate a pulse or noise, but it doesn't. Additionally, instead of having a sequential step to eliminate noise, the motor simply has. Now for a topic that is actually cooler. Tesla is not only building, but also cooling it down with a novel technique that may make you think of slamming into a swimming pool on a hot day. We're talking about coolant and oil being sprayed onto the electric motor, not water. This is a practical method of keeping those motors cool under pressure so they can operate at their peak efficiency without overheating. It's not just a fun splash. Now, these motors operate whisper quiet, even with all these hot features like the stylish hairpin winding and near-net forgings. It's like having an undercover ninja, that is, under the back bed. Though the performance may inspire you to yell from the rooftops, you won't hear a thing. You could hear a pin drop, or rather, a hairpin wind, which is far more exciting than it seems. It's very silent. When it comes to innovation, Tesla doesn't just skate to where the puck is, they skate to where the puck is going to be, and then some, all while keeping it as quiet as a Sunday morning library. The Cybertruck is rocking some very amazing stuff behind its metallic exterior. Talking about the electronics in this truck would need us to wear sweaters. As we continue to explore what makes the Cybertruck a literal and figurative cool ride, stay tuned, keep your cocoa warm, and keep your curiosity piqued. However, the Tesla adventure is far from over. It's even more fascinating because every day brings new and intriguing discoveries with ups and downs. Tesla continues to draw investors into its rabbit hole for this reason. But who else is as optimistic about Tesla as you are? That would be Seeking Alpha, our sponsor for today. It's not enough to merely watch Tesla's phenomenal rise from the sidelines. Seeking Alpha is the one-stop shop for Tesla bulls and investors who have an eye for the next big thing in the stock market. It provides the most recent information on Elon Musk, Tesla innovation, and target prices for Tesla shares. The greatest pro-Tesla news source on the internet is Seeking Alpha, so avoid the lamestream media's anti-Tesla propaganda. Our channel might receive a commission if you click on the affiliate links in the description and make a purchase. I appreciate your help. Furthermore, the Ethernet ring is twice as long as the conventional wire one, even if it moves faster and for other reasons. It weighs 40 kilograms or 40 G, but if we went ahead and changed the size, it would only be 28. Consequently, from 80 to 28 G. Upon examining the connectors, which are essentially located on your right side, you will notice that there is a power source for every possible need. Herein lies your power, herein lies your communication, and herein lies your communication. That's the closest I could get them to match in terms of size. You may be wondering, what makes an Ethernet ring so cool? Imagine that this is similar to switching from postal mail to instant messaging. This technology reduces the data transmission from a heavy 80G to a thin, trim 28G, significantly speeding up the process. That's essentially a full diet of technology, not simply losing weight. But there's still more. Not content to play around with internet wires, Tesla is using some very inventive casting techniques to transform the way the metal bodies of their vehicles are made. They've been able to produce their enormous castings with less tonnage by creating their own CAD and CFD systems. Consider it as accomplishing more with less, such as creating a massive cake with only 1 cup of flour. I considered my diet to be impressive, but Tesla's cast members had unprecedented control over their weight. 15 years ago, I had castings on my floor, a whole cast-do, essentially a rolling chassis. It was cast. Everyone turned away from it and laughed at it. As it is, Hydra and the other casting machine makers are unable to keep up with their demands. It has suddenly gained popularity. With regard to these other methods and technology, that movement needs to occur much more quickly. By the way, 48 volts is the one item I forgot to mention. The facilitator is that. If we want to play around with steer-by-wire and other things, that is the enabler. Let's swap gears and see how 48 volts gives this all a turbo boost as we cruise. Yes, because of these better methods and materials, casting machines are in high demand right now and are selling like hotcakes. Casting is much more than just pouring metal into molds. It's about creating with accuracy and productivity. Not merely for aesthetic purposes, Tesla has incorporated design elements like ribs with butterfly shapes in their molds. Improve the casting process's flow and efficiency, enabling the molten metal to solidify into the molds more swiftly and evenly. It's similar to the difference between using a pitcher and trying to fill an ice tray beneath a running tap. Less splash, more style. The last time I attempted something new, I ended up wet. It is a waste if it ends up in a landfill or gets recycled. I'm not going to discard that material if it is available to me and it isn't suitable for the major castings. I'll use it for something else. One of my favorite terms is reuse. The extra strength is not necessary. It has the same qualities that make assembly simple, as I explained. Once more, notice all these tiny spots where pieces are ingeniously designed to either snap into a hole or weave between three pins to maintain their position. All right, everyone, let's get started. As if Tesla wasn't enough of a futuristic company, they also included a science lesson in recycling that would have made your high school science teacher proud. At Tesla, reusing materials for primary and secondary castings is all about the in-core performance, exactly like a magician repurposing their top hat for every trick. They don't just throw old materials in the trash. Not only is Tesla a recycling genius, but they are also masters of assembly. It's like putting together Lego pieces when creating a car in the factory because of how cleverly efficient their parts are constructed. This translates into shorter assembly times, less tinkering with little details, and more svelte Teslas leaving the factory faster than you can say electric dreams. I had no idea Tesla was such a hobbyist. The next thing you know, a line of do-it-yourself automotive kits for weekend warriors will be introduced. Along with designing products, we also developed the factories that support them. I am well versed with the Mitsubishi Motor Assembly Factory located in Normal, Illinois, which is currently utilized by Rivian. As of right now, I am aware of the exact number of stamping lines that are housed there. I am aware of the equipment they used. I am fully aware of everything, including the extent of what they might accomplish internally without having to purchase little secondary stampings from outside sources. The reason I know about that is because the Mitsubishi men used to take the same spot and utilize it for stamping random items. When we dig more into the specifics of production, Tesla closely examines the stamping procedure. Oh no, it's not just about the stamping machine's sticker price. This is a comprehensive financial analysis. They're thinking about the overall cost of accounting, which is similar to looking for spare change in the couch cushions for multi-billion-dollar firms. Like a thrifty chef who utilizes every scrap of chicken, Tesla is all about the long game, optimizing mold and die manufacture and extracting every last bit of value from its inputs. Tesla's accountants must be giggling with delight at their spreadsheets because of how cost-effective the company is. Today, we are announcing that Autodatus and Munro are collaborating to support an economy that we believe may benefit from our assistance. Simply said, we're quite excited about this. After more than a decade of collaboration, we are now formally announcing our partnership to the public. Together, we've already signed a number of contracts in the last year, and there will be plenty more. Our future holds great excitement for us. In a dramatic turn of events, Autodatus and Munro have chosen to formally announce their long-term partnership. 10 years of covered side projects later, they're at last taking the plunge and going public. Together, this talented team has signed multiple contracts and has more in store. It's like seeing Batman and Robin deciding to launch a joint venture, only instead of battling crime, they're creating a more environmentally friendly industry. Who needs superheroes when there's a team like this? One contract at a time, these people could actually rescue the world. As we get to the end of this chapter in the Tesla story, it's evident that the company is doing more than just building automobiles. Their efforts to repurpose materials, optimize processes, and form strategic partnerships are propelling us towards a future that is not only electric, but also highly efficient and environmentally sustainable. As we continue to follow Tesla's journey from cutting-edge automaker to possible global leader of the recycling revolution, stay tuned. Who would have thought that partnership announcements and discarded aluminum would pave the path to sustainability? What effect, in your opinion, will Tesla's cutting-edge casting techniques and use of recyclable materials have on the larger automotive industry? What impact will this technology have on the capabilities and performance of next electric vehicles, in your opinion? What more steps should electric vehicle manufacturers take to lessen their environmental impact, given Tesla's emphasis on material reuse? Post your thoughts in the space provided for comments below. Please remember to use the like and subscribe buttons if you liked this video. This is news about to appreciate your time and hope to see you in our upcoming videos.